really has not seen that freshman wall. The inconsistency of fresh, but certainly not that wall. 28 points against VCU, just an incredible open court performer.
Marcus Thornton, freshman going into his sophomore year with William and Mary. This is a tremendous player. Out of all the players that I've ever coached, he's probably one of the more natural scorers. I remember talking to him his junior year, and I just told him one thing. I said, Marcus, focus on the mid-range jump shot, and that's what he did. He had a great junior season. His senior season, it was just unbelievable. I mean, he went on to be the WCAC Player of the Year, one of the best conferences in the country, and also Maryland Gatorade Player of the Year. So that's just the honor that one guy gets. So he's considered one of the best in the state. So Marcus, how you doing today?
Good.
Good. All right. Well, today we want to talk about a couple things. I know that a lot of kids out there, a lot of players out there, and they see these gaudy stats and they see a guy accomplish so much, like Player of the Year, All-American, and they always tend to think that everything was easy. So let's go back to your high school. I mean, your freshman, your sophomore year. What type of player were you?
I feel like I always was definitely a coachable player. I mean, I know every high school kid coming to high school dream is, to either play JV as a freshman or varsity right away. And the reality of it is that everyone doesn't have the opportunity. It's not necessarily a bad thing either. I know I played freshman as a freshman, sophomore. When I was a sophomore, played JV, and then didn't get to varsity to my junior year. But in doing that, I got a lot of time to build my self-confidence, which a lot of kids really need this day, because you need to be confident within yourself to be able to succeed. And I feel like my sophomore year on JV, that really was the big boost for me to get me to where I was my junior and senior year.
Because when I met Marcus, he was a sophomore. He was going into his junior year. And one thing about Marcus is, I saw him play in Summer League, and he was just going at guys. So much so that summer you actually had a Division I offer, I believe. All right, let's talk about that light coming on. When did that confidence, when did you become so confident to say, you know what, this is varsity now, and I can do this?
Well, I think it all goes back to preparation. I know the summer after my sophomore year, I played JV, played freshman, now I'm like, okay, it's time for varsity, it's time to step it up one more notch. And I know I went really hard in the gym that summer. I was one of my best summers workout-wise as far as my basketball career. And when you work that hard and you have that preparation, I mean, it just takes your confidence to another level than you already had. And preparation leads to success. So being prepared, and having the skills because of the preparation, when it's time to play, you're ready, you're excited, and you go out there and you handle your business.
There you go. And one of the things that I always say, like you guys know, we always say God first and work hard. We keep God first because there are just some things that you're not in control of. You're not in control of how tall you grow. You're not in control of some of the natural abilities that you have. So when you talk about working hard, and you talk about Marcus talking about his developmental stages, he's now taller than me. I'm 6'3", he's about 6'4" now. But when we first met, he was probably around 6'1". And a lot of you guys are saying, well, this guy is better than me because he's taller than this guy. Well, you don't know where you're gonna end up, all right? So that means that you gotta put in the work no matter how tall you are. You 5'8", you put in the work, all right? You work on your ball handling. All right, you 6'8", you should be working on your ball handling, working on your post moves, working on your jump shot. So there's always something that you should be doing. Okay. Let's talk about the mid-range and how it helps you out.
Well, they say the mid-range is a lost art in today's game at all ages. Really, a lot of kids, it's either dunk, layup, or a three-point shot. And I've always had that in my game. It just kind of developed, I get a good elevation on my shot. So when I can beat my man, instead of jumping with the trees down low, sometimes it's easier to pull up and get the easy two. And my junior year, I was nervous my first year of varsity, but as I got more comfortable, start recognizing what I can do and how I was able to score, I realized, the mid-range shot. I mean, most defenders, you drive them to the basket or expecting you to continue to drive to the basket. So stopping for a pull-up just makes the game easier on yourself and keeps the defender on his heels. Now that you have three ways of scoring opposed to just a three-point shot or a layup.
Let's start from the beginning of your senior year, because you got all the stress out the way. You signed to William and Mary, and I know that a lot of kids that sign, some of them tend to become complacent because they feel like, oh, I'm already there, and this high school thing's getting old. I can't wait to get to college. but you started off averaging 35 points in the toughest league in the country. All right. So let's talk about where that continued motivation came from.
As a basketball player, you should never be complacent. I mean, there's always something more you can have, something more you can do. And I feel like, after signing, I feel like that actually allowed me to play, stress-free without worrying about, messing up or having a bad performance and, not getting the looks I wanted. I feel like after signing, I could just go out there and really play for my team, for myself, and do whatever it takes to win. So having that weight lifted off of me, you want to, and I feel like I still had something to prove. My junior year I did have a good season, but not as great as I could have. And that's just what it was. So being able to come out and do that definitely felt good.
What you guys are hearing right now is the results of being on the extra mile. We talk about keeping God first, working hard, and being on the extra mile. And that extra mile is that place where it's never enough. Every day you're thinking about your goals, and you're getting in the weight room. I mean, you're working hard. I mean, I remember being a young man and going outside every day when the gym wasn't open, just dribbling around my neighborhood, and then going to the court when everybody wanted to hang out. I was out there shooting until the nighttime, and I kept on shooting. So you're seeing the results of somebody that went the extra mile and is continuing to go the extra mile. And like that the book goes, there's no traffic on the extra mile, and that basically means that you separate yourself once you develop that type of work ethic. Now let's talk about the day you found out you were Maryland Gatorade Player of the Year. I mean, they only give out 50 of those. So you talk about, actually 51 because of DC, but you talk about an honor that actually means that you were the best in the state. You just can't doubt any of your ability or any of the accomplishment. That was kind of the stamp on your high school career, saying that you were the best to do it this year. So how did that feel?
That's just amazing. I mean, I remember we were in the hotel, and Coach Keithline called me into his office, my high school head coach, and showed me the link and the article that I had been selected, and it was just, I really didn't have anything to say, just a big smile came over my face. And like I said, I mean, as much as I work, and I'm sure some of you all work, to have that granted back to you for your hard work is just a blessing. And you can only thank God and continue to work. I mean, it never stops. You just keep going and just keep working.
Okay. Now let's go on to college, because I see that a lot of high school kids take things for granted. They whenever the high school coach pushes them, they tend to sigh, and then they tend to say, why we got to do all this running, or he messed up, I didn't mess up, so why are we running for him? Let's talk about some of the things that these kids are going to encounter, because obviously when you go to college, everyone was all-state. Everyone was the best player on the team.
And it's going to be a tough transition, because it's a new team, new environment, new coaches, new plays. No matter how good you are, it's going to be some type of struggle somewhere. And on top of it being a whole different level of play on the college level. And it really just comes down to accepting it, buying into the system, really being even more coachable than before, because it's your first year and a new type of thing, and really just cracking down, doing what you're supposed to do. You continue to work, and everything should fall into place.
I remember you had a string of games where you had 18 points here, 16 points here, 20 points here. Let's talk about that momentum that you developed.
Yeah, well, when you find that comfort level along with the confidence, you just keep it going. I mean, it doesn't really change from game to game. When you get it going and figure the defense out, and you're really comfortable with your offense, you know what you need to do night out, and it goes back to the preparation and being able to hit shots and make the play here and there. So having that under my belt and just coming out there playing hard, and it really just opened up. The game slows down as you have more games under your belt and more experience, and you realize more what to do and how to do it.
So today we had a great workout. We did some resistance training all throughout the workout. Marcus was working hard. We ended up with our mid-range game, and it's just something that I want you kids to understand, that it comes from, like I said, God first, work hard. That's your work ethic, all right, and that's your faith. But you gotta work. Faith without works is dead. So you gotta put the work in, and you gotta really be able, like my quote, I said, if you want to be good, you work hard in front of your coaches. But if you want to be great, you work hard when there's no one around, all right? So Marcus is one of those guys who's working hard when no one's around. I believe this was even his second workout today. So he got it in earlier. And he said, Coach, I'm there, you know, and he's in there again. But this is the type of workout that you have to have. You have to really want it, and you have to believe in yourself. So guys, here you have it. Marcus Thornton, Maryland Gatorade Player of the Year, 2011. Look out for him at William & Mary. He's just doing some tremendous things, and he's running the point and playing it too. So he's a combo guy. He's still growing and getting bigger. So I know by his senior year, man, he's going to be ready and he's going to be a pro one day. So, Marcus,
Thank you.
Congratulations on all your success, continued success. May God continue to bless you. And see you guys next time. Here you go.